Hey guys, how's it going? We are back for yet another
Q&A.
Last week's videos were pretty good. We have since finished. I cannot wait for you guys to see it completely finished. It's very, very exciting.
Yes.
Last week's videos, though, were the Q&A from last week. Then we did the Cozy Night Garden I've been dreaming about, which we finished the landscape lighting, snapdragon propagation for the third time, and then a little bit of cleanup in the front yard. We did planting the new lemon cypress. No. What is it? Lemon yellow cypress. So crazy. And then we did the greenhouse makeover begun, where we cleared everything out of the greenhouse and then did the walls of the greenhouse and kind of decided on the floor pattern. And then on a Friday, you guys saw us start the floor.
Yes.
Which was, I got a lot more done on Friday than I thought that I was going to get done, which was really, really exciting.
Yeah.
I thought I was just going to start that.
Yeah.
So
you really pushed yourself, though. So, yeah.
Yeah. So it's done, and it looks good. It's going to make some people angry. That's okay, though. It's our garden.
It's yours, yes.
No new announcements, but exciting videos because we finished the greenhouse floor, which means that maybe we get to work on the counter that's going to be in there, which is very exciting. Brent went and bought that while I was at work yesterday.
I picked up all the wood and the countertop materials and everything, so we should be ready to go.
Yes. And just as a reminder, our videos are usually about 1 week is what we're doing because I'm back to work at the barbershop on Fridays now. So our videos now, so if you see it on a Friday, it was probably filmed last Thursday, actually, or Saturday. Thursday or Saturday on Fridays videos. But Monday's videos were usually filmed on Mondays. Tuesday's videos were usually filmed on Tuesday. It's usually just like a week. Now with me going back to work, makes it so that we actually have to get things done. And then we are trying to make it so we actually take a day off, 1 day off.
Sorta.
It's happened twice now.
2 days off in a month. It's great.
At work, I'm like a madman.
And the first video from last week was, will I get a sunshine privet? How do we clean the fountain? And the first question is from Vonnie. She'd asked, are you planning on putting a real Christmas tree or an artificial one in your beautiful new greenhouse?
We are definitely doing an artificial tree. Real trees are so much work. I love them. We did a real tree twice at this house. We actually usually go up to, when we were doing it, we were going up to the forest and we were getting a tree permit and we would go cut down a tree, making a whole adventure out of it, and it was a lot of fun. But artificial trees are just so much easier and I can put them up so early. So I would like to get like a pencil tree is what I would like to get. So we have 2 trees in our house. We have a pencil tree and then we have like a decent sized tree. No, we don't have like a large tree. We have a very small house. So pencil tree for the greenhouse. That way I can still use it in the winter time. I don't know if we're gonna have time this year to get a Christmas tree inside the greenhouse.
Yeah, with building and everything else and
with
water
building and everything.
And table and all that.
And I mean, we're already, the first week's over in December and by the time you guys would even see it, it would be the
just like
third week in December. So I don't know if we're going to put a real tree in this year. I really wanted to, but I wasn't planning on doing the flooring this year. I wasn't planning on doing the countertop this year and the sink this year. So the tree was going to go in there and then we just kind of decided, let's just get it done so that way spring is really easy for us. Yeah.
Well, and it's nice to see some progress too.
It's really nice. It's really nice looking at the greenhouse now and not seeing the like wall, the concrete color. Yeah. Which is really nice. So I really wanted to. Last week I was planning on doing it. And then
there's just no time.
And we did the floor.
Yeah, I know. And a real tree would be great because it would smell so good in there.
It smells so good.
But there's just no way. The last time we attempted to get a real tree, the truck broke down up in the mountains.
That was fun.
So that was our last year of going to get a tree in the mountains. Yeah. So we're like, no.
We won't do that again.
Sold the truck. Done.
Yeah. So no tree this year, I don't think.
And the next question is from Judy. She said, did you lose your ring again, Robbie?
I did not lose my ring again. Earlier this summer, I did lose my wedding ring. I lost it in the lake. Such a bummer. I really liked it. It was very thin. It was nice. And then I have since decided that I want like a blinged out ring. And we bought a really cheap one from Amazon. It was like just to see if I liked the style of it, which I did like the style of it. And it was like $12 from Amazon or something like that. I took it off, and
Yeah, and I took it.
he hasn't taken it off since.
Somehow it bothered me that he wasn't wearing it, so I decided to wear it. So I used it on top of my ring to hold my other ring in.
I don't like it. The patina has already worn off on it.
Oh, it's completely trashed.
So
it was a $15 ring at most.
Yeah,
so yeah, it's fine.
It's got like the really cheap jewelry, how it like tarnishes, and like you can see the like what is it, like a copper color underneath?
Yeah, it looks like it's copper underneath, yeah, or bronze or something. Yeah.
It's definitely not bronze.
Yeah, whatever.
You can see the like.
I don't know.
It's so I was like, I'm not wearing this anymore.
I wear it because I'm not here to impress anyone.
So now he wears both of our wedding rings. I will be getting a new wedding ring at some point. Maybe more than $12. The one that we actually got married with was also $12 from Amazon, but that one was black, and it didn't change colors and fade. But now that I want one with like stones in it, it'd be nice to get one that doesn't fade colors.
Yeah, the one that isn't at the bottom of Lake Tahoe.
That was only a $12 ring too. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it does kind of matter. I was actually really upset about that one.
And the next video was the cozy night garden I've been dreaming about. And the first question from that video is from Jacques, saying, love your background renovation. Robbie and Brent, you've done a wonderful job. Do you guys contract out? Y'all are so good at landscaping. Thanks for sharing.
We do not contract anything out.
Rarely, very, very rarely.
We contracted out removal of trees.
And the concrete for the
And the concrete for the foundation of the greenhouse. When we first bought this place, we had contractors that were working on the house, and we promptly fired them. It was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah. We were watching people do things that were paid as professionals to do things, and we don't think that we know what we're doing. We consider ourselves amateurs.
100%.
But when we're watching a professional do something and it's really, really hokey, we're like, oh, we're going to have to redo that later after they leave.
Which we still haven't redone some of it.
Some of it we have not fixed, yeah.
Like, we're talking, like, instead of, like, pulling out a chop saw and, like, cutting lumber, it was using a skill, like, holding it on his leg, using a skill saw and cutting it. And the boards, like, instead of being cut straight, they were cut like this. And then we had siding replaced. And so now some of our siding has, like, angled cuts, and they just filled it with, like, an inch of caulk. It was...
really bad.
It was bad.
Yeah.
So after that, it kind of scarred us on hiring out. We were like, okay, if we were paying somebody to do this, we should probably just figure out how to do it ourselves and save ourselves the money. And then if we're mad, we can only be mad at ourselves if it's wrong. Yeah. And then hire out if we really need to.
Right.
I'm glad that we hired out for the greenhouse, though.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, at least we know when to say when.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we were going to do the greenhouse ourselves, the foundation. I am so glad we didn't after seeing everything that they did for it.
Yeah. It wouldn't be standing.
It would not be standing. But no, we don't really hire out for a whole lot. We just, YouTube Academy is our favorite.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The next question is from Carol. She had said, Robbie, have you ever thought about doing a recap video of the last few years, showing everything that you and Brent have done? Just this year, you two have done so much. It's really cool. Love you guys.
We have thought about it. Those videos are so much work to produce fully that I'm not sure that we want to spend that many hours on a video. But because it is just really the two of us doing this, it's hard to like put hours and hours and hours into that much content. We have all of our videos, but then going back and finding the sections that I'm talking about for our garden, we'd have to find them, put them on my phone so I could see them, and then talk about certain sections, go in and edit it. It's really so much work. That video would probably take 20 hours to edit at least. So as much as we would love to, we could pop up a photo right now of what the garden looked like in January, because that was a huge jump just from January to this point, which is really crazy and very exciting. I keep looking at that one. I have a, not an aerial shot. I was on the roof when we were hanging Christmas lights, and I took a photo of the entire garden. We can pop that up right now also, so you guys can kind of see like a transformation from January to right now. But I don't know if we'll do a full video. While I would love to like sit there and really go over everything,
it would be a lot of fun to show.
It would be a lot of fun.
But it would be me going over 3 hard drives and hours and hours and hours and hours of video to try and find segments and things and pieces and parts, and then try to make it all fit together. Yeah, we'd have to not do videos for a week, or for the amount of hours that we'd have to put into editing that. So while we would absolutely love to, I don't think that we will. We'll just show like tidbits of
a photo here and there of before and
Yeah.
current.
The last question is from Susan. She said, does your Cleome have a bad smell?
Nope. I don't even notice a smell on it. Have you noticed a smell?
No, not at all.
No, I've noticed like no smell, but lots of pollinators on it.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's on
Lots of pollinators on it, and beautiful flowers, and amazing plant. There's nothing negative that I can say about it,
No,
except for it flopped in December.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah. I think
End of November, I
it
guess.
It was planted kind of late, and it was a trooper.
Yeah,
So-
it was planted pretty late.
Yeah.
So, fabulous plant if you can get your hands on it.
And the next video was Snapdragon tip you may not know, and the front yard needed help. First question was from Marcia. Said, hi, love watching you guys. I was wondering, do you have jumping worms in the front?
We do have jumping worms in the front. We are finding very few jumping worms now.
Finally.
Finally. I'm still finding them, but when I'm digging, I'm finding maybe one, sometimes none, compared to finding hundreds.
Yeah.
So they are getting under control, which has been so nice. I'm hoping that maybe we got a good chunk of them under control before it started really raining here. So that way, like when the soil was wet in our neighbor's property, they didn't have a chance to kind of like migrate over to anybody else's property. So fingers crossed that we did get that under control. Only time will tell, I guess. It is something that we will keep up on for probably a couple of years. So we will have to work on adding our own really good organic matter into the soil. We will have to do the worms jobs because it's going to kill all the worms in our garden. But we are using tea seed meal to get on top of the jumping worms. It's working fabulously. We've reapplied it a few times in the garden now, especially before it rains. We do apply it then. So that way when it rains, and then we do find dead worms on the ground after a good rain. But we do have them in the front yard. The side yard and the front yard were probably the worst.
Yeah, those are the places we treated the first.
And the lawn.
First two. Oh, and this back lawn was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere else had them, but not as bad.
Yeah, it's definitely getting better. Everywhere we look, the situation is improving all the time.
Yeah.
And the next question is from Violet. She said, have you shared where your white garden arch is from at the front of your house? Or is it custom? I really would like to know how wide it is.
We custom made that one. So it's about 4 feet wide, and then it's about 6 feet tall is how tall it is. Like the opening to like walk underneath is about 6 feet tall. It's a little bit short. We should have done it taller. After we built it, I was like, ooh, I don't know if my grandpa's going to be able to walk under that one, but he can walk under it. Our ground kind of like slopes right there, so it works out. I do wish it was a little bit taller though, but we made it ourselves. We made it out of redwood. It was one of the very first real projects that we did. We used to have a chain link fence up there with like a really weird gate, and then we had a sidewalk that was really wide, and then it narrowed, and then it widened again. It was the weirdest thing ever. We ripped all of that out, put sprinklers in, and then built the picket fence, and then built the arbor ourselves, because I knew I wanted something that was really solid, that was kind of tall. So,
and it's worked out. It's nice.
Worked out really well.
Yeah. And the last question is from Joanne. She said, Robbie, when you put the dirt in your new trash can, which I love, why did you wet it?
Because it was super hydrophobic. It was very, very, very dry soil. So I just wanted to add a little bit of moisture, so that way when I do scoop it out, there is some moisture in it. Otherwise, it makes it so when I go to work with it, basically impossible. I then would have to really soak it. So I just wet it just a little bit, not enough to make it sopping wet. I put like a pitcher worth in there, and so that way it's a little bit wet, not too wet. I opened it up and it's still a little bit hydrophobic in there. It's not hydrophobic, it's now just dry in there. If it was already like kind of wet, I would have never done that. But that soil, it's so weird because it's been sitting outside and it's rained. I think those bags are just like really...
They're just that well sealed.
They're really well sealed. So moisture left. There's a couple like pinholes on it, and I think all the moisture left, but no moisture got in. So that was kind of a bummer. So that's the only reason. I wouldn't recommend doing it for like a bag of soil that's already ready to use.
And the next video was, this new tree instantly fixed an eyesore in the garden. And the first question is from Lords, saying, your frog spout is so pretty. Is that a working water spout or a decoration?
It is a working one. We bought it off of Amazon about a year ago. We have 2 of them. I love it. Highly recommend. I will put a link to it in the description down below. It was actually pretty easy for Brent to install.
It was. It kind of gave an occasion to do something nice.
But the piping also goes on the back side of it, and then it comes through. So it's not like in the 2x4, but you don't see it because it's on the back of it. I highly recommend because it adds a little bit of whimsy.
Yeah. The last question is from Lion Hawaii, saying, Robbie and Brent, can y'all grow avocados?
We can. There's people who grow avocados around here. But we don't. I don't see a reason to grow avocados. I love avocados. Brent doesn't really love avocados. So a whole avocado tree would be crazy just for just me.
Yeah, your friend has an avocado tree, which bombs the side yard all the time.
Yes, you can grow avocados around here. But I choose not to because other people can grow them. And honestly, avocados here are really cheap. They just come from Mexico, and they're way better than I'm sure anything that we would just grow. And they would make such a mess. We would not be able to collect all the fruit.
Yeah.
So, like, there's so many fruit trees around here. So, like, our next door neighbors, they have a lemon tree and a orange tree. And I know that they can't get rid of all of the fruit that's on it. And you can't reach the fruit that's at the very top. Yes, technically we could.
And the next video was the greenhouse makeover has begun. And our first question is from Joanne. She had asked, I love the penny tile idea. However, all pots leave a stain. Do you really want to be cleaning every time you move a pot?
Okay, first off, if you heard that rooster, it was not our rooster. Not my rooster. It was actually in our backyard this morning.
Yeah, woke up to him wandering around the backyard.
Yeah, that one right there. It was really cute. I was walking out of the living room and he's looking at me. I was like, I don't think you belong here, buddy.
He didn't care.
He didn't care at all. And then as far as staining goes, I'm so not worried about the greenhouse having stains or imperfections. I know that the grout's going to get dirty. I know that the grout's going to stain and have weird marks on it. Personally, I think that will add kind of to the, like,
It's character.
the character and the charm of it being a greenhouse. The flooring that I'm doing in the greenhouse is already so extra. The greenhouse that I have is already so extra. A polycarbonate one would have done the exact same thing that this one does. But I don't know. I guess I'm an extra person. I did not need to plaster the inside of the walls. I didn't need to do a stone veneer on the outside. Yeah. I did not need to tile them or do a little motif right in the middle of it. But I'm really not worried about stains happening in the greenhouse. I'm not worried about if like a tile chips and breaks. I'm not worried about kind of a lot of things.
To me, it just shows use. Wear shows use, and so that means it's just going to age nicely over time.
If there's some stains from some pots being on the ground and I move it, I don't care. It's a greenhouse. Yeah. There are so many things that I'm not worried about with the greenhouse at all. So, I mean, if that's something that you guys worry about with, like, if you're doing this on your own, I would definitely recommend going with a dark tile. I would probably recommend just not even tiling it. I would recommend not going with grout either. I would probably recommend doing a gravel floor, which a lot of people do, because then you don't have to worry about anything happening in there. So I actually did think about doing a gravel flooring in there because I saw some people whose greenhouses had like some like ground cover in there. Not like in the entire thing, but like where their workbenches were around pots, and I thought that was so stinking cute.
Really sweet.
Very sweet. Yeah. But that felt a little too like free and cottagey, where this greenhouse feels a little bit more formal. So I felt like going with still that formal vibe.
And the last question, actually a comment, is from Yvonne. And she said, sorry, Robbie, but I think the border should be the same all the way around because you can't ever change the floor. But you may want to eventually change the furniture around. Then the floor would look weird. That's my opinion anyway.
Totally fair. And so many of you guys kind of said the exact same thing. We just pulled the first one that popped up. But so many of you guys had the exact same comment about that. So the table that we're going to put in, think of it more as like a counter. It's not really like a table that will be able to move around anyways. The table that's going to be the workbench, it's very much a permanent structure that's going to go in. It's going to be attached to the wall, and it's there to hide the electrical that's coming out of the ground, to hide the plumbing that's coming out of the ground, and there's going to be a sink on top of it. So there would be no way to move it anyways, ever. So where I've kind of decided where it's going has to be the forever home of this entire workbench. And I knew I wanted one side when we got the greenhouse, one whole side to be workbench, and I decided that I wanted the side that kind of faces more of the garden rather than the side that faces the fence to be where my workbench is, just because that way when I'm working on the workbench side, I'll be able to look out into the garden rather than looking at the fence. So that way all of my shelving can happen up against the fence side. So a lot of it really has been thought out meticulously of where shelving is going to go, where the workbench is going to go, and that the workbench is a permanent structure. So the border does go right in front. I don't know if you guys saw, no, you haven't seen that yet. The workbench is going in, but the tile is going right in front of where the workbench is going to be at. And it's a very permanent structure. That is not a piece that will be able to be moved ever.
Right, and the rest of the design is going to work perfectly.
I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Yeah.
It does look really good. And once we get the workbench in, I think it'll make a lot more sense to a lot of people. I think even you were a little confused at like kind of what I was doing. Yeah. Brent is a very visual person, which most people are a visual person. You have to see it to like understand it. I can literally see things like, I don't know, in my brain. Does that make sense? I know it confuses you when I say that, but I can see things like in place with them not being there. And so I can see the workbench, I can see the tile, I can see everything.
It'll be great.
I don't know what that's called. It's really great. I cannot wait for you guys to see it.
All right, and the last video for last week was, I can't believe how good it's looking, starting the greenhouse floor. And the first question is from Pixie Dust, saying, the tile looks so cute. So, question. I planted catmint and could absolutely not handle the smell. You have mentioned you're sensitive to smells, like certain boxwood. Do you not notice the smell of catmint, or are there different varieties that don't smell so intensely?
So I will say this catmint, it smells, and I don't mind the smell of it at all. When I was rolling them up, and when I decided to cut them all back and I was rolling them up, the smell made me a little nauseous. Like it was like too much smell all at once. But it's never once bothered me. I don't mind like when I brush up against it. I think it's kind of, I don't think it's like unpleasant, but I don't think it's the most like fabulous smell. I'm not like, oh, I want a whole whiff of that, but I don't hate it. So it does smell. I have not noticed a catmint that doesn't smell. We've got 4 different varieties in my garden, I think. 3 different varieties in my garden. Something like that. They all have a smell to them. They all, when I'm moving them, I can smell them. The Lemon Perfection one, those are the biggest ones in our garden and the most amount that I have. And those ones, when cutting those ones back, the smell was really intense, but I only noticed it being so intense when we cut it back, and that was it.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's never been.
Yeah, just passing by or even touching it, there's a little scent, but it's usually not too bad.
I don't find it unpleasant.
Yeah, maybe just the way we're. Yeah.
Boxwoods are awful.
Yeah. And the last question from that video is from Jackie, saying, what is that little pine at minute 24?
It's the cutest little pine tree. It's called a Loma Linda pine. I love it. It's so pretty. It's like a blue-green color, but it's not super heavy blue, so Brent doesn't hate it. And it's from Isley Nursery. They sent it out to me at the beginning of this year, I think. And then it's only going to get 6 feet tall, 4 feet wide. So perfect little accent pine tree to tuck into any garden. I don't anticipate it being a very fast grower though. It's like the perfect little pine tree to tuck into any landscape. It doesn't grow very fast, I don't think. This year's, it's got like some growth spurts on it, and it's like, that might be generous. So I don't anticipate it being a very fast growing pine tree. So if you're wanting something to grow fast, find something else. I don't think pine trees just grow fast in general.
Right.
But perfect little accent tree. It's very cute, very pretty. I typically don't like pines, but for one that's only gonna get 6 feet tall, perfect in the garden, and especially like nice evergreen interest. I'm hoping that it just kind of like helps create a little bit of a wall into this little area that we're at, that the smoke keeps blowing at us. So I think that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for always interacting, watching these videos, watching the videos on the other channel, and when we do sponsorships, to all of you guys who do engage with the sponsorship. It means the world to us. We try not to take a whole bunch of sponsorships, but we do occasionally take some. So it's been really, really helpful for us when you guys do interact with our sponsorships. It means literally the world to us, means that we can continue to do exactly what we're doing right now, making videos for you guys. So that is going to be it for this video. We're going to go inside, get this edited. Oh my God. So we're going to go inside, get this edited, uploaded, so you guys can enjoy your guys' Sunday. We hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you in the next one.
Oh.
Bye, guys.